Hello, good morning. My name is Maina Emmanuel Inyang, and I'm sending in my testimony from Adamawa State, the city of Yola, precisely. Yes, I want to thank God for His mercy. I have written down my testimony so I don't miss out any particular part. And this is my testimony. Yes, we got married December 2nd, 2023. I was having some pains in my stomach. I went to the hospital, and I was told that I had lots of fibroid, what they call multiple fibroid. There was lots of fibroid. And then there was a statement that the person who did the scan said, the doctor who scanned me, he said that, am I sure I will ever get pregnant? And that statement really got to me. Yeah, so I didn't say anything back to him. Funny enough, I came back home feeling so sad and devastated. I want to thank God for my husband because he encouraged me. He told me that that man is not God, so I shouldn't even bother at all. Yeah. So fast forward to 2024, September precisely. Yeah, 2024 September. I started feeling under pain again in my stomach. I went to the hospital, doctor scanned. I was like that. He can see fibroid here, fibroid there, fibroid there, fibroid. He was just seeing the different locations of fibroid. Yeah, so when he tested, and funny enough, this time around, I did not just allow the doctor to talk. I told him that yes, those are my twin babies. One is this, that first fibroid is my baby one, the other fibroid is baby two. Yeah, so and then those two babies now will bring out the other fibroids on the day of delivery. The doctor laughed and said that he cannot see any baby in this stomach, but notwithstanding, I should go for pregnancy test. So yes, I went for pregnancy test. I went to do pregnancy test. Lo and behold, I was confirmed pregnant. That is the first testimony. Now, after I was confirmed pregnant, that was September 2024. December 2024, I went to the hospital, to start the normal antenatal and the rest of that. Now the doctor did the scan again, and then after doing the scan, he said that I had a weak cervix. Is it weak cervix? Something like that. I have a weak cervix. That the baby cannot stay. So I have to go and do cervical sacrilege. I have to go and tie I think the uterus or something. I have to go and tie it to avoid miscarriage. Although he told me that it's a 50-50 chance, but he will advise I do the cervical sacrilege. I told the doctor, okay, doc, don't worry, I'm traveling. So when I come back, I would take my decision. Not minding that I was actually traveling to go and talk to Dr. Roy, yes. So when I traveled with my husband and we kept trusting God, then I've not really become so strong and listening to Nsppd, right? Yeah. But the little ones I was listening to, thank God though, that I listened though. Wasn't consistent, but at least I was listening. Yeah. So I trusted God, and I've been hearing people share their testimony, how God delivered them, how God did this and that for them on Nsppd. So that's motivated me. I started becoming serious. And that was one of the things I dropped at the feet of the Lord in the 7 a.m. morning prayer. I told God that I really don't want anybody to open me and start buying anything. You gave me the baby when they say it's not possible for me to have it. So I know too that you also keep the baby. I spoke to some couple of friends. One of the people I even spoke to even told me that yes, it's good to practice faith, but if you go there and the service is still open, please go for the cervical sacrilege. I said, okay, no problem. I went to my church pastor. I was prayed for. Yeah, and I kept filling up with the Nsppd 7 a.m. prayer. Yeah, traveled, we came back, we went to the doctor. And the first thing I told the doctor to check is, please check that service, check it, is it still open? Yeah, that white shape that they saw, I said that baby was going to follow from the white shape. Please check it again. The doctor checked and checked and checked. There was nothing, it was closed. Second testimony. Now the third testimony, see, I started feeling some pain in my stomach. I was hospitalized. And while I was in the hospital, the doctor said that the fibroids that I had is actually contesting for space and food in my stomach with the baby, right? So they had to give me lots and lots of drip and injections. After some time, I was actually discharged from the hospital. The fibroid did not take my baby. Now, fast forward to 36th week. Yeah, on the 36th week, when I went for scan again, my not regular follow-up, when I went there, the doctor noticed that my baby's stomach was extended, according to him, using his voice, extended in the womb. He asked us to go for an anomaly scan. Yeah, he asked us to go for an anomaly scan. The scan was called enlarged, yes, I need to write it down, enlarged gastric shadow. There's this one, they put arrow/0. G1 obstruction. All you doctors, you definitely will know what it means. Yeah, so I was asked to go for that scan because it said that the baby's stomach was extended. Yeah, so we went for the scan, and before we went for that scan, my husband told me that Pastor Jerry usually say nothing will go wrong, right? So I shouldn't be afraid. Oh, because I was already getting scared. But he kept on saying nothing will go wrong, nothing will go wrong, as Pastor Jerry will always declare. Yeah, so we went for the scan, and when we got to the hospital after that scan, the doctor was just checking. I was like, Anna, your baby's stomach is normal, everything is okay. So why are you here for the scan? Yes, nothing will go wrong, as Pastor Jerry Eze declared. So really, nothing went wrong, even though the first scan we had was seeing something else. That is my fourth testimony. Now, the fifth one. Now, on the 15th of June, which happened to be Father's Day, I went to the kitchen to prepare some things for us. The gas, fire started coming out from the gas, and the only thing I heard my husband was that, "Dear, call our neighbor." So I ran to my neighbor's house, called them, they came out and help us quench the fire. Now the testimony there is that with the fire coming out from the gas, there was a wood just slightly above the gas. It didn't catch fire. The plastic did not catch fire. The gas did not explode. My husband was not hot. I went back to the hospital for my regular checkup, and I was told that my BP has gone very high. Now, this is a BP that have always been normal. That has always been normal for a pregnant woman. It's always been normal. All of a sudden, from 122, 123, the BP shoot up to 143, then to 146, then to 158, and then to 159. That is my fifth testimonial that the fire did not burn down my house. We didn't lose any property. On 38th week, doing the scan, the doctor discovered again that there was no movement on my baby's body. Like, there was no movement. The baby, all of a sudden, the baby that was moving, stopped moving, but the heart was still beating, but the baby was not moving. We spent more than 40 minutes scanning. The doctor was so patient, waiting for this baby to move. The baby refused to move. My husband, where he held my hand, he kept declaring, nothing will go wrong. I want to thank God that at the end of the day, the baby made her first kick. Yes, and the doctor was like, that was after 40 minutes of scanning and scanning and scanning and scanning. God answered, nothing went wrong. Yes, that's the fifth testimony. On the 39th week, we went back to the hospital for the regular checkup, and the doctor was like, since my BP keep going up, we actually need to terminate the pregnancy because BP has gone very high again. We need to terminate the pregnancy. I need to make a choice either to go for CS or the inducement. In fact, I want to say thank you very much also to Pastor Nathaniel Bassey. That song, I am dancing around, I am turning around, song came at the right time, because each time there was any bad news, I just go back to that song. I'm not forgetting that that song, it was the day that Pastor Jerry Eze announced it on Nsppd that it's going to be released by 6 p.m. Should go and stream. I was so fast to go and stream the song, and thank God for that. So that song was a blessing to me as well. They checked my PCV, it was 36, and I was also told to get blood to keep on standby, just in case they have need for the blood. On the 30th of June, I made up my mind that, yeah, so I was going to go and check myself into the hospital. When the doctor checked me, said that by 12 a.m. they are going to induce me if labor have not started by then, since the labor actually stopped before. So if they're not started by then, you have to induce me. Now at 12:18, I was induced and labor started by 2 a.m. Now we got to the labor room. In less than 15 minutes, my baby came out. Next thing was betting the placenta. Now, it took forever for the placenta to come out. The doctor who actually betted the baby could not continue the process because of how technical it was. He had to call a senior consultant who came around that early morning to help bet the placenta. Now, when the doctor came in, by then they've allowed my husband to come into the labor room to see me. Now, he held my hand and he told me again, nothing will go wrong. But the doctor told my husband that there are two processes he's going to try. He's going to try the manual removal method, or we'll go to the theater and then have the placenta removed. Now, me lying down there, I was like, I didn't give birth through CS. I didn't have knife come through me to give birth. Now I don't born baby finish. Now to born placenta. Now they won't come cut me. So I kept telling God, nothing will go wrong, nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing missing, nothing broken. Yeah, so my husband told the doctor to try the first one, which was the manual removal method. I want to thank God because at the end of the day, the placenta came out. After almost 1 hour plus, the placenta came out. It wasn't a funny experience, but thank God for God. Now, this is the juicy part of the whole thing. Now, after the placenta was removed, I was cleaned up and taken to the ward. Now, while I was in the room, it was already 7 a.m. in the morning. The Nsppd 7 a.m. prayer have already started. So I put it while lying down there, because I was actually strong. I put the prayer, and then I was lying down there in the hospital bed listening to this prayer. 1st July, he made the OS prayer. Yeah, while he was making the OS prayer, I called my husband and told him to come close. He came close and held my hand. He kneeling down, touching the ground, and we joined in that declaration of OS prayer. Now, after the declaration of that OS prayer, some minutes after 8 a.m., yeah, some minutes after 8, I felt pressed, and I had need to go to the toilet. So I told my husband to escort me to the toilet. That was 1st July. You remember, Pastor Jerry is a made that prayer 1st July. Now, we went to the restroom to pee. I went to the restroom to pee. He was holding my hand. Now the rest became history. So while he was holding my hand, this is me coming back later. While he was holding my hand, I was, according to him, that I became very heavy in his hand. So he was screaming my name. This is what my husband telling me, that he was screaming my name. But before him started screaming my name, now on one ear, I was hearing my husband shouting, Didi, Didi, Didi. And on the other ear, I was hearing Pastor Jerry is praying seriously in tongues. He was praying seriously. Now, this is me, not in reality, right? This is me. I don't even know where I was, anyways, but I could hear two voices. One was shouting my name, the other one was praying. I was like, why? Like the noise was just so much in my ear. The next thing I said, I was still hearing this tingling sound, like this way, like when you drop a pot, that sound that follows. Now, someone was praying in tongues in one ear, the other person was calling my name in the other ear. Then finally, I opened my eyes. When I opened my eyes, the doctor was already there with the nurses. They checked my eyeball. They, did all their check. Finally found a way to drag me to the bed. Later, my husband told me that I was actually peeing blood. From peeing blood, that was how I was passing out before he started shouting my name, trying to hold me. Because somebody told him that no matter what you do, don't allow her to reach the ground. So he was holding me so tight that I don't get to the ground, while I was hearing Pastor Jerry Eze praying in tongues in one ear and him shouting my name in another ear. Now, when they dropped me back at the bed, the doctors came, checked, they called for the doctor that this person was supposed to give me blood. We said I was losing blood. They said, okay, they have to check the level of my blood first before bringing in the blood that we already bought and kept on standby. Now, when they put the cannula, collected blood, and then trying to bring the one that they're going to put on me. I waited forever. They didn't bring the blood. Later, we went to ask them, what happened now? People put cannula to put blood. People have not brought the blood. They said they checked. When they checked, the blood was exactly 36. Now, remember, before I went to the theater, it was 36. Before I went into the labor room, rather, it was 36. 36 PCV. And now, after delivery, after peeing blood, after the 1 hour plus betting placenta, after the birth of the baby, with all the blood that came out, the blood was still 36. There was not a drop that was there was not a drop that was short. I just want to thank God because God used you, Papa. Just like every other person will say, may the oil on your head never run dry. Me, I'm also saying it, Papa. May the oil on your head never run dry. Thank you for saying yes to God, and thank you for yielding your life for the furtherance of the gospel of Christ. I am a beneficiary of this ministry. When we sit down and hear people say their testimony, we'll be like, haba, na lie, Joe. But me, seeing it myself, I say everywhere I go, whether you ask me or you no ask me, I go tell you waiting God don't run for me. In fact, Papa, before you even say share, click on the share button. I have started sharing. I have started telling everybody my story before I even put it now. So, Papa, I want to say thank you very much for saying yes to God. And that's my bundle of joy, my bouncing baby girl. We call her Ada Roy. Ada. Papa, see your baby. This is my evidence. I finally carry my evidence because the earth tried to receive my body and the body of my love and the body of this baby through fibroid, but work. Kilo work. Papa, thank you very much. Mama, what God cannot do, say it now, does not exist.